The apparatus required are a conical flask, test tubes, a balance, etc. We shall use chemicals of known molecular formulae for these activities. The chemicals required are a solution of calcium chloride, solution of sodium sulfate, calcium oxide, and water. Let us begin with the first activity. Activity 1. Take 56 grams of calcium oxide in a large conical flask. Add 18 grams of water to it. What do you observe? Calcium oxide reacts with water to form a solution of calcium hydroxide. Now let us determine the mass of the substance formed. The mass of the substance formed is 74 grams. Let us determine the mass of the original substances. The total mass of the original substances is equal to the sum of the mass of calcium oxide and the mass of water. This is equal to 56 grams plus 18 grams. Thus, the total mass of the original substances is 74 grams. Is there any similarity between the mass of the original substances and the mass of the substance formed? Yes, both the masses are the same. Now let us perform one more activity. Take a solution of calcium chloride in a conical flask and a solution of sodium sulfate in a test tube. Tie a thread to the test tube and slowly insert it in the conical flask. Now seal the conical flask with an airtight rubber cork. Let us weigh the conical flask using a balance. It weighs 300.23 grams. Now, tilt the conical flask so that the solution in the test tube gets poured in the conical flask. Do you observe any change in the contents of the flask? Yes, calcium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate to form a precipitate of calcium sulfate and solution of sodium chloride. Now, weigh the conical flask again. Is there any change in the weight of the flask? No, there is no change in the weight. It weighs 300.23 grams. Both these activities show that there is no change in the mass during a chemical reaction. The inferences of both these activities verify the law of conservation of matter.